Hi everyone, and welcome to week 5. In week 5 we're going to be looking at production cost and perfect competition. Production costs are going to be the basis of many of firms and how they evaluate their cost structure. You'll notice that costs create a lot of challenges because higher cost will make it harder for a firm to be able to grow and be more profitable. So for this week, I have your reading assignments. I have sample questions for you that will be helpful for the quiz. You have your PowerPoints right here, or the lectures. You have some notes from Chapter 8, some resources, and here's some very good videos that you should evaluate as well. In the discussion forum, make sure to focus on having a peer response, only one peer response by Sunday night, an initial post, which includes an APA formatted in-text citation and reference, and your first post by Wednesday. If you have any questions, please let me know, but I look forward to your effort in the discussion forum, and I look for good participation. So for this week, let's look at some of the things that we're looking at with production cost. And when we look at production costs, we want to look at what are explicit and implicit costs. And explicit costs are costs that we can measure, whereas implicit costs are classified as opportunity cost. And it's very difficult for a business to measure. Another thing we're going to look at is fixed resources. A fixed resource or a fixed cost is costs that do not change. You'll notice a fixed cost in your daily life, like your car payment, your house payment. It doesn't matter how much you drive, you're going to pay the same cost per month. Whereas a variable cost in a business are costs that change when more is being produced. So if I produce more, I have more costs. I need more workers. I need more materials. Here's the formula for total cost. Total cost equals total fixed cost plus total variable cost. We want to look at right now the long run average cost. And long run costs are very important for a firm. When you look at long run costs, you'll know these are costs that are U-shaped. For example, when a firm gets larger and larger, you'll notice that they're could be facing lower costs, which is a very important model. However, when firms get larger and larger, they could be facing larger costs per unit. And those implications are very important. So a firm has to be able to manage those implications. So this cost structure is what you want to focus on in terms of your analysis. And it'll be a very important analysis for future weeks. Whereas Chapter 8 is looking at perfect competition. Perfect competition is focused on a market structure where there is many firms that are very small that do not have influence over the market price. They sell identical products, and it's very easy to get in and out of those markets. And when it's easy to get in and out of those markets, they're classified as what's called a price taker. And a price taker means they take the market price that's in the market. And given that they take the market price, they're not able to change market prices as well. And that creates a lot of challenges. So what determines prices? Prices are determined by supply and demand. So this is the market price. So if I'm a firm in this market, I'm going to be forced to take the market price of $70. So now, what does the firm do? The firm is going to charge $70 for all units of output. They can't charge a price higher or lower than that because this is the most efficient market structure available in the market or available for competition. Now, in all firms, let me get this, in all firms and graphs that you look at in the class, marginal revenue equals marginal cost, which is very important. What you mean by that is it's very important to evaluate that each firm is looking at where does the best place for me to produce at. And the best place for me to produce at is where my marginal revenue equals marginal costs. So every graph, let me see if I can get a better graph here for you. There we go. Every graph, the first thing you do is find where MR equals MC. So here's marginal cost, here's marginal revenue, here's the output that I'm looking to produce at. So on every graph that you evaluate, that's the first point you look at. And from there, you'll decide if the firm's making a profit, should they shut down, are they breaking even, or are they earning a profit. But I look forward to your effort this week. And if you have any questions, please let me know.